20 secrets the wealthy don't want you to know. Wealth is not just about having more money. It's a mindset, a strategy, and often a game played with rules most people never get to learn. While the average person is told to go to school, get a stable job, save a portion of their income, and retire modestly at 65, the wealthy are quietly taught a different playbook, one filled with tactics that favor ownership over labor, systems over effort, and leverage over time. The truth is, society isn't designed to teach everyone how to build wealth. Schools don't educate students on investing, debt strategy, taxes, or building businesses. Most people are trained to be good employees, not financially free individuals. Meanwhile, the wealthy grow up in households, networks, and circles where conversations about asset protection, tax optimization, and legacy planning are the norm. If you've ever wondered why the rich keep getting richer, even during economic downturns, recessions, or crises, it's not because they simply work harder. It's because they understand how money flows, how value is created, and how to position themselves at the center of those financial flows. They don't rely on luck or brute force. They rely on knowledge, structure, and a long-term perspective that compounds over decades. They also benefit from information asymmetry. While the general public scrolls through financial tips on social media, the rich are sitting down with tax strategists, estate planners, and private bankers. While many live paycheck to paycheck, the wealthy are setting up family trusts, diversifying through offshore accounts, and leveraging debt to buy more income-generating assets. And perhaps the most uncomfortable truth? Many of the rules of the financial system were written by the wealthy for the wealthy. They're not necessarily trying to keep you poor, but they certainly aren't going to hand you the blueprint either. That's why this list matters. These aren't conspiracy theories or vague motivational tips. These are real, actionable secrets, backed by decades of strategy, hidden in plain sight, and used by those who understand how the game of money is truly played. If you're ready to break out of the cycle of trading time for money, if you're tired of watching others build wealth while you stay stuck, and if you want to start operating from the same financial framework that the wealthy use daily, then pay close attention. Welcome to Wealth Echelon, your go-to spot for smart investing, in-depth ETF insights, and book reviews that help you build wealth. On this channel, we explore everything from the best investment strategies to the latest trends in ETFs, and provide valuable takeaways from books that can transform your financial journey. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced investor, our goal is to give you the knowledge you need to make informed decisions and grow your wealth. If you're ready to elevate your financial game, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to turn on the bell for updates on all our latest content. 1. They don't trade time for money. One of the most fundamental differences between the wealthy and everyone else is how they view time and money. While most people are taught to work hard, clock in, and get paid based on hours or a salary, the wealthy know this model has a ceiling. There are only so many hours in a day, and no matter how skilled or hardworking you are, you're still bound by time. This model inherently limits your income because it's based on effort, not leverage. The wealthy escape this trap by shifting their focus from labor-based income to asset-based income. Rather than working for money, they create systems where money works for them. They invest in businesses they don't personally operate, acquire rental properties that produce monthly cash flow, and own stocks that pay regular dividends. They create products, books, courses, patents, software that continue to earn money long after the work is done. These income streams don't require their constant presence, allowing them to earn around the clock. This is why passive income is such a powerful concept for the rich. It's not about being lazy, it's about being smart. A wealthy person might work incredibly hard in the early stages to build these systems, but once the foundation is set, their income becomes exponential and decoupled from their time. That's the real wealth multiplier. Ultimately, they understand this truth. If your income depends entirely on your time, you'll always be trading life for money. Ownership is the only escape. Ownership of assets, systems, and intellectual property that continue to pay you whether you're working or not. That's the real freedom the wealthy enjoy, and they work relentlessly to build it. 2. They use debt to build wealth. For most people, debt carries a negative connotation. It's a source of stress, financial burden, and something to avoid at all costs. Credit cards, personal loans, and payday advances often trap people in cycles of high interest payments and growing balances. But the wealthy view debt differently. To them, debt is a strategic tool, when used wisely, to accelerate wealth building rather than hinder it. The key lies in distinguishing between bad debt and good debt. Bad debt is consumer debt, borrowing money to buy things that lose value like new cars, designer clothes, or vacations. These purchases drain cash flow and never pay you back. Good debt, on the other hand, is debt that is used to acquire income-generating or appreciating assets. Take mortgages on rental properties, for example. The wealthy borrow money at low interest rates to purchase real estate, which then produces monthly rental income. This income not only covers the mortgage payments, but also creates positive cash flow. Over time, as tenants pay down the mortgage and property values increase, the investor's equity grows. The cost of borrowing becomes manageable and often diminishes because of inflation, rent increases, and principal paydown. Similarly, business loans can help entrepreneurs scale faster than if they were relying solely on their own capital. By leveraging borrowed funds to hire employees, purchase inventory, or expand marketing efforts, the business grows, increasing both revenue and the owner's equity stake. Another powerful aspect is how inflation works in favor of the borrower. Inflation reduces the real value of debt over time. When you borrow $100,000 today, that amount feels smaller in purchasing power years later, especially if your income and assets grow with or faster than inflation. Meanwhile, the interest rates on most loans remain fixed or low, meaning the borrower benefits while the lender essentially loses. This is why the wealthy are comfortable carrying debt. It's not about reckless borrowing, it's about smart, calculated leverage. They carefully structure their debt so that the income generated from the assets pays off the loan and then some. This amplifies their returns and accelerates wealth creation. In contrast, the average person often fears debt or mismanages it, leading to financial strain rather than freedom. The wealthy don't avoid debt, they harness it. Understanding this mindset shift is critical for anyone who wants to build true wealth. 3. They pay less in taxes legally. One of the biggest financial secrets is tax strategy. The wealthy hire accountants and tax advisors to navigate the complex tax code and legally reduce their liabilities. Through real estate depreciation, capital gains loopholes, trusts, offshore accounts, and charitable foundations, they often pay a lower effective tax rate than the middle class. 4. They own corporations, not just jobs. Instead of being employees, the wealthy create legal entities, LLCs, S-corp, trusts, that allow them to deduct expenses, reinvest profits, and protect personal assets. The corporate structure is one of the biggest legal shields and wealth builders in the modern world. 5. They buy assets, not liabilities. While the average person buys things that look rich, new cars, gadgets, branded clothing, the wealthy focus on acquiring income-producing assets. They distinguish between what makes them look wealthy and what actually makes them rich. 6. They understand the power of compound interest. The rich don't just invest. They start early and let compound interest do the heavy lifting. They know that time in the market beats timing the market. Even modest returns grow exponentially over decades if untouched. 7. They build multiple streams of income. Relying on one paycheck is risky. The wealthy diversify. They may own real estate, invest in businesses, trade stocks, earn royalties, and collect dividends, often all at once. This reduces their dependence on any one source and provides financial insulation. 8. They leverage people and systems. Instead of doing everything themselves, the wealthy delegate. They hire experts, outsource tasks, and use automation. They build teams and systems that operate even when they sleep, freeing up time to think, create, or invest further. 9. They think in decades, not days. Wealthy people play the long game. While the masses look for quick returns, the rich invest in generational assets, real estate, stocks, businesses that may take years to mature. They understand that wealth builds quietly over time, not overnight. 10. They protect their wealth through trusts and legal tools. To keep wealth in the family and avoid probate, lawsuits, and taxation, the rich use tools like revocable trusts, irrevocable trusts, family limited partnerships, and holding companies. These mechanisms ensure continuity, confidentiality, and control. 11. They don't follow the crowd. The wealthy are often contrarians. When others panic, they buy. When others rush in, they stay patient. They're skeptical of hype, avoid herd mentality, and trust research over rumors. This discipline allows them to capitalize on others' emotional mistakes. 12. They understand the real estate game. Real estate isn't just about buying a home. It's a wealth vehicle. The rich use leverage to acquire rental properties that cash flow monthly. They understand depreciation, 1,031 exchanges, and how to use real estate as both an income and tax shelter. 13. They use insurance as a wealth strategy. High net worth individuals don't just use insurance for protection. They use it for tax-free growth and estate planning. Whole life insurance, indexed universal life, and other permanent policies are used to transfer wealth, grow capital, and avoid estate taxes. 14. They prioritize financial education. The wealthy continuously study finance, tax law, investing, and business. They read books, attend seminars, and surround themselves with other financially literate individuals. Financial education is not a one-time event, it's a lifelong commitment. 15. They network with other wealthy people. Your network is your net worth. The rich understand this deeply. They invest time in building relationships with other successful people, forming mastermind groups, strategic alliances, and partnerships. Opportunities and insider knowledge often flow through these connections. 16. They buy privacy, not just luxury. While media focuses on flashy billionaires, many wealthy people operate in quiet anonymity. They use trusts, holding companies, and P.O. boxes to keep their names off public records. Privacy isn't about secrecy, it's about security. 17. They build before they show. The rich often appear modest early on, driving practical cars, living below their means, and reinvesting profits. The luxury lifestyle usually comes later, once their assets are working harder than they are. This delayed gratification builds real freedom. 18. They plan for legacy, not just retirement. Most people aim to retire comfortably. The wealthy plan to leave a legacy. They think about generational wealth, charitable giving, family offices, and estate plans. They build something bigger than themselves, something that lasts. 19. They know inflation is a hidden tax. Wealthy individuals don't leave cash sitting idle. They understand that inflation erodes purchasing power. Instead, they invest in inflation-hedged assets like real estate, commodities, tips, and equities that appreciate over time. 20. They're obsessed with control. More than money, the wealthy crave control of their time, income, business, and destiny. That's why they build instead of borrow, own instead of rent, and create instead of consume. Control allows them to shape their lives on their own terms. The secrets of the wealthy aren't locked in some vault. They're hidden in plain sight, buried beneath centuries of systems designed to reward ownership, long-term thinking, and financial intelligence. The wealthy don't operate by chance, they operate by design. They use every tool, every advantage, and every loophole available to them, not to cheat the system, but to understand it better than most. You don't need to be born into wealth to apply these principles. You just need awareness, discipline, and the willingness to break free from outdated advice. Start small, build an emergency fund, invest regularly, learn about tax strategy, and shift from consumer to owner. Over time, your habits will compound just like your money, and that's the real secret. In the end, wealth isn't just a number in a bank account. It's the freedom to choose how you live, where you work, and what impact you leave behind. And once you learn these secrets, you'll realize it's not about luck. It's about knowledge, action, and mindset. Thank you for watching Wealth Echelon. We hope you found valuable insights that will help you on your investing journey. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Keep building your wealth, and we'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to check out our other videos for more investing tips, ETF strategies, and book reviews to continue growing your financial knowledge.